Well, we are very thankful to Mr. Satya Prakash for a very uh, an exposition by a scientist who is very deeply involved in the subject, who has worked in the government, now is outside the government, and he has given us very, very valuable insights into the technology of uh, producing pulses and also what role management can play in that and how a whole uh, vision or a policy package can make a lot of difference in terms of the best utilization of resources and getting over the current shortages and also the rising demand in India, how it can be met by production. That was a very interesting exposition. And the last speaker is none other than me. So I will go into the policy aspects in terms of the uh, essential policy mix that goes into making something profitable. And again, it's a policy that makes a profitable thing unprofitable. So the many policies that are attendant on this sector, that is the customs duty, the excise duty, the incentives. Mr. Rahman was telling us about the 10 rupees a kilo subsidy. It's a negative duty that is being given to the consumer. Similarly, the other policy, that is the VAT, the GST, and then the whole regime of non-tariffs, that is the marking, labeling, quality standards, and all kinds of other restrictions that come in the movement of trade. Now, these are the things that I have been looking at for the last 30 years of my career. I am advisor to the Ministry of Commerce, Ministry of Finance, and my basic job is to monitor trade and assist you. I was also advisor to the Ministry of Agriculture on WTO matters. I've had the fortune of attending all the WTO ministerial meetings from Singapore in 1996 onwards till Geneva in 2010. So, and I am also very lucky to have attended all the AgriWatch meetings on pulses. It is the sixth one. I am very happy that with every meeting it has improved, quality has improved, quality of audience has improved, and this time, of course, it is an exceptionally good meeting, and I would like to share with you some of the developments that have taken place since we last met, and what is the policy response, and what are the policy options that are available to the government, so that we can interact and discuss these and pass on our viewpoint to them. The government is very much in a listening mood. The secretary was here in the morning, the additional secretary was here, and the minister was here, and whatever are your final conclusions, we will pass it on to them for favorable consideration. So now the most important thing that has happened is, one is in the year 2006-2007, as Dr. Satya Prakash was mentioning, that there was a shortage that suddenly came in and the prices started rising. And after that, all the liberal policies that you had in terms of export incentives, that is processed pulses were covered in the VKGUI scheme. Okay, so that scheme benefit was virtually withdrawn with the ban on the export of pulses, so that the consumer demand could be met. Simultaneously, the duty on pulses was also removed altogether, and pulses were always freely importable, but they are also importable at zero duty. Nonetheless, these things did not, stop the rise in prices, and the demand has been growing continuously. At that time also I had said that it is not a supply linked factor, but it is a fact that the demand has risen. India's economy is growing by nearly 7 to 8, 9, 10% a year, and due to that and the many policies that the government is following in terms of welfare to the poor and disadvantaged, that is in terms of NREGA, in terms of urban renewal, and in terms of other policies which are bringing like loan mafi, these are bringing welfare to the consumer, and the elasticity of demand, the price elasticity of demand, which used to be such an important factor, is no longer as important as it used to be. And so the income elasticity is what is coming into play, and with rising incomes, the demand for pulses going up. Same thing you can see in terms of food grains and also in terms of sugar. All these prices have risen. And what has happened is that the world over, India has suddenly become an importer. So as a result, the whole thing has cascaded to the world market also. Now sugar, for example, Sharad Pawar made a statement that we'll be short of sugar. Okay, and maybe he was right. But in the event, we were not short of sugar because the supply came in. But due to that, there was a worldwide immediate, boom in prices. And worldwide, the whole world signals changed. So what has happened is that the Indian market, because of income elasticity in demand, has suddenly started playing a very major role. Now, this is where the policy frame comes into the picture, is that either I'm an advisor to the mobile phone industry also, and we are importing something like 30,000 crore rupees worth of mobiles every year, because there is no supply in this country. We don't have the technology. Even if we have the technology, we don't have the ecosystem to produce it as efficiently as the Chinese can. So we are all importing the mobiles, and our whole market is being given to the Chinese. The same thing is happening in the case of food items also. Increasingly, we are becoming more and more import dependent, and the prices, world prices are going up. Again, this year there's a shortage, and this year again, the food prices are going up. Now, an interesting statistic I'd like to present before you. Before coming here, I thought I'll prepare a little bit, and I went to the DGCI's website, and I asked them for the import figures of pulses in the last year, 09-10, and compare this with the import figures in 08-09, very recently, okay, I'm talking about. We are in 10-11, and I'm talking about 09-10 and 08-09. The total import value has gone up by 62.6%. And it is not just prices, because the prices which went up to 100 rupees a kilo are now down to 70, 75 rupees a kilo. So it's not just prices, it's the quantity effect. The import value was 09-10 in import value in 09-10 was an astounding 10,629 crores. That means 2 billion crore rupees. 10,629 crore rupees worth of pulses were imported, as compared to only 6,535 crores in the previous year. Jump of 62%. And these figures are not false, because these are all true figures coming from customs bills of entry which have been filed by you people. And what has gone up, is one is your chickpeas. They have gone up from 467 crores to 899 crores. Moong has gone up from 1261 crores to 3163 crores. That is nearly tripling. Rajma has gone up from 175 crores to 280 crores, and other beans have gone up from 288 to 815 crores, and others, that catch-all category, has gone up from 1460 crores to 1838 crores. Huge increase. Now, this means that our farmer and our agri system has failed to capture the demand. And the demand, the benefit of demand, the benefit of our consumer is going to the farmer of Myanmar, and is going to the farmer in Tanzania, is going to the farmer in Canada, is going to the farmer in Australia. And with all the things that our people have done in terms of technology development,